It's been now today is the 9th day. It's been an interesting session, the monsoon session, which was curtailed due to panchayat elections according to the government to 10 days. Today is the second last day. The issues had been taken up. The assembly has continued for quite some time. It is sometimes 8, 9, 10. Though there have been the opposition, a part of the opposition, a section of the opposition has been criticized for not really going hard at the government. Lots of issues have come up. So today also there were quite a few issues, and to discuss the issues that came up in the assembly and the politics around and what's happening in connection with all those issues, I have a distinguished panel with me. I would like to introduce them. Rajesh Kalangutkar from AAP. Rajesh Bab, welcome to our show. Advocate Siddharth Sawant Bab, welcome to our show. Our own Vincent Duruzario, journalist. Vincent Bab, welcome to our show. And we are waiting on Avinash Bhonsle of the NCP is expected to join us anytime. I would like to start off with Rajesh Bab. Rajesh Bab, AAP has played its role as an opposition. So generally, if you feel like it's like 9 days, second last day, किती तुमचे इथून बरी झाले assembly, issues could have been taken up. Mayacha has issue of tourism, but a lot of other Maya issues. So what generally you feel your thing about this session till date?
As a MLAs for the first time, and as in the assembly for the first time, whatever issues we were supposed to bring in the assembly for the discussion and whatever LAQs that we were supposed to raise, I think we have raised enough number of LAQs. Plus there was many of the zero questions also were asked, and I think AAP is doing really well what was required at this particular time, because Congress as an opposition has because every government knows about it, they have been completely failed. As everybody every audience that has been looking at the assembly, they know that Congress is not acting as an opposition, and the opposition part, if you try to see, AAP is trying to do it, because I have said it earlier also, because we had many questions to be asked in the assembly, but unfortunately the period of the session got reduced to 10 days, and because of that those questions we were supposed to ask, some of them we had to ask in the zero hour, and our MLAs have done it really well. Talking about the tourism issue all over Goa, which has been come for the discussion, and especially for Mayam, we all know that Mayam is actually one of the tourist destination. If you talk about the Mayam Lake, I will feel really bad to say that Mayam Lake has been renovated. Almost more than a crore of rupees has been spent there for the renovation. The stalls has been made, but it is not yet been allotted to the people. कितें म्हणटा आमी पळय ते धवो हत्ती जो म्हणटा की गव्हर्मेंटान लोकांचे पयशे, लोकांचो रेव्हेन्यू जो कलेक्ट केल्लो आसा थंयसर मोडला, पूण आयज पर्यंत आतां जाली कमीत कमी 4 वर्सां जाली, थंयसर लोकांक ते स्टॉल्स अलॉट केल्ले ना. उलट सगळे पयशे मोडून सगळे म्हणजे स्टँड स्टील आसा. आनी जर आमी टुरिजमाचें उलयता, आनी टुरिजम जर फ्लरीश जावपाक जाय मय अशा गांवांत, मय एक्चुअली इज अ प्लेस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, place of that my constituency. If you look about, there is a Saptakoteshwar in Mayam constituency, there is a Kebai temple in Mayam constituency, there is Lairai temple in Mayam constituency. If you just go closer to the Mayam constituency, there is Harwade Rudreshwar temple is there. If you try to look at this place overall, there is a big chance of developing the internal tourism, if you try to, or interland tourism that we talk about. But no attempts have been made. Now the BJP is into the government for last I will say 10 years, and after that this, and there is always a MLA of BJP getting elected in my constituency. But you look at the proportion of the work which is being done in context to the tourism, there is nothing has been done. Because these places itself, if they were been developed, it would have been enough for interland tourism. To get the tourists there, and actually to flourish the tourism, which is one thing I will again like to repeat. The Mayam Lake has been not used for years. I remember when I was small, Mayam Lake एक बरी टुरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन असलेले, थंय बोटिंग असलेले, थंयसर कितक्योशो बशी येताल्यो, थंय जे बारीक बारीक स्टॉल्स असलेले किंवा बारीक बारीक जे रेस्टॉरंट असलेले बरे चलताले. बट आय डोंट नो, एज द स्टेट इज ग्रोईंग, the tourist places of ours, which is interior in part of the villages, has been not been used at all. Our government is not serious about it. That is unfortunate from the part of people.
Sawan Bab, I discussion I law on tourism. It started off with Goa miles, which will take up, but also Maye. Now Maye Munta, they were saying that no, Maye development Zala, I will talk to this, bring the stakeholders in. That seems to be the thing. Actually, implementation much slow. So hopefully, in May is one thing.
Implementation is being done. In fact, first phase of May renovation is already
But
done.
4 years झाली.
Correct.
चालू जाऊन ना.
Correct. It has not taken off the way it should have been taken. It's not been taken. Allotment of the shops, other things should have been done. In fact, they should have, because of COVID, the second phase could not go. That's understandable, but at least now they should speed up and try to, because as you said, not only there, in fact, right from Netravali to all these hinterland places have tremendous potential of tourism related activities, and if you invest right kind of expertise with some investment, I think these places will generate a lot of revenue.
Also, this time one thing I would like to just add on, we were also in the assembly today, we spoke to the many of the tourism officials. This time the minister he has a good reputation of getting the job done. So hopefully this time he will do something.
Correct.
Because also topic of Goa miles came up on that. आणि 2-3 दिवस पहिले ती सांगे ती IIT ची ती बेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट. These two topics also
Correct.
should the government should actually do something, not just talk about it. Don't
Correct.
you feel?
As far as that Sangye this is concerned, I was always of the opinion that since assembly is in session, it is best that these things are discussed in assembly and not on the site.
Streets.
Not on the side. And in fact, if you see, these are the same people, if you see the TV visuals
Coverage.
that you see, that these are the same people who are in Mawinge, correct, that time trying to stop this. Now same people have come here. Now this doesn't seem to be in good taste. See, once we have decided, government has decided that no farmland should be allotted to IIT. Now this land, that way, see, just because there is one cashew tree there or one banyan tree there, that doesn't mean that it's a farmland. Cashew trees are practically everywhere. So that,
Like
if you want a place of this kind of a magnitude, then you will never have a playground where absolutely there is no tree of vegetation of any. These hardly, maybe there are few shrubs here and there and few trees here and there. It does not, by getting an IIT, it will only help the cause of education. It will bring in development. Lot of students will come. It will give Goa a good platform on educational level. So I think, of course, they have a right to protest. There is no, but I feel that since the assembly is in session, whoever are your MLAs, let them raise that point in the assembly and let us debate it. That's how the democracy works. We have elected our representative. Now let them decide what it is. This place which is running out on the ground there, it's in the interest of nobody.
Okay.
It's what I feel.
Okay. Mr. Bab, now you were there in the assembly today. Discussions came up on, one was on Goa miles, these taxis. Second one was on this campaign tender without foundation stores without tender. And one point that came up was we'll start off with Goa miles, but one point that came up for that tender thing is that transport minister was same bus stand last time and this time also, and also third is Nishtay, which is actually one of my favorite topics, which I will bring up, that fish issue. And unless the government wants to make all of us vegetarians in Goa and doesn't want fish, so it is sending 90% of the fish out. I don't think so, but I'm just saying. But we'll start off with Goa miles. Now you have a personal personal issue here to grind with this taxi driver. So
now regarding the tourism, आता tourism म्हणला तेका आता टॅक्सी. सो आता मिनिस्टराच्या मनान आता कलंगूट याने सांगला ते भाशेन तेंचे ट्युरिजम डिवेलप करपाचें ना. सो ट्युरिजम म्हणल्यार लायक गोवा मायल्स हाडपाचे. सो ट्रान्सपोर्ट टॅक्सी दे आर अटॅकिंग ओन्ली ऑन द टॅक्सी ओ टू ब्रिंग गोवा मायल्स ओ ओला कितें आनी दुसरें कितें आहा पळय तें. पूण आतां फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू सी बॅक तेणें सांगलां ते भाशेन हांव तुका सांगता 20 years बॅक this Maya Lake was very beautiful and tourist local tourist plus आमचे नॅशनल टुरिस्ट यूज टू कम देर. पूण आतां फाटल्या 2 मे आनी ते सायडीक गेलो समटायम्स टू गो बिचोले मेनो. सो तिका पळय जाल्यार आतां कोणूच आसना. सो लोकलाक तिका इतले लोकल तिका सामके विदाउट बिजनस
and no mining also.
नो मायनिंग नथिंग. सो तिका एकलो आसना तिका. सो आनी आतां हांव नको ते ट्युरिजम कशें हेजेर ते डिवेलप करूंक सोदता इम्प्रूव करूंक सोदता. बिचांचेर नदर मार कलंगूट एका तेंपार सामके ब्युटिफूल आहले क्लीन. कलंगूट आतां फकत बियरीच्यो बाटल्यो तुका सगळे अल्कोहोलीक सगळे तोले डर्टीएस्ट बीच म्हणल्यार जाता आतां कलंगूट. आनी तुका फॉरेन ट्युरिस्ट तुका कलंगूट वचपाक यें जाता. सो हे हेजेर तुका ट्युरिजम डिवेलप जावचें ना फकत ओला आनी हें हाडलें जाल्यार गोवा मायल्स. गोवा हें जाल्यार पयलीं सद्या क्वॉलिटी ऑफ द बीचीस एंड इंटरनल डिवेलपमेंट लायक आतां तेणें सांगलां टेम्पल्स माया लेक्स दीस शूड बी इम्प्रूव.
Also the cleanliness.
क्लिनिंग ऑन द बीच. तू बिचाचेर पळय कांय बियरीच्यो बाटल्यो मेळना तुका कोल मेवतलो. सो ते कितें ना कितें आसा. सो वॉटर इज पॉल्युटेड. कितें ना कितें तिका आसत आसता. आतां तूं सेकेंड म्हणटा तें आतां हे आमचे येयलेलें तें केपें बस स्टँड. सो केपें बस स्टँडाचेर पळय जाल्यार तें आतां हांव नको आतां तेंचें कितें पळय तें एटलिस्ट म्हाका दिसता ते सांगता ते प्रमाणे 7 to 10 lakhs was invested only for the foundation stone.
I see.
तेणेच सांगलें त्या असेंब्लीक सेम द MLA हॅड सेड. सो हे आतां पयशे तिका फाउंडेशन स्टोनाक घाले इतले इन्वेस्ट केले पूण तिका आयज पासून ते बस स्टँडाचेर एक 1 ट्रक लागून तिका फातर घालूंक
टेंडरूच उडोवंक ना की
टेंडर घालना सोडता. हांव नको खंयचे स्टायल न्हू कितें हेजेर ते हे फाउंडेशन स्टोन घालता पळय तशें तूं पळय जाल्यार जायते कडेन तेणें फाउंडेशन स्टोन घाल्लेले आहा पूण कन्स्ट्रक्शन आजून कांय जाल्लें ना. फाटल्या दिसांनी हांव आमच्याच हितून गेलो सांत आंध्र हितून तिका एक तेणी ब्रिज बांदलेलो आहा मंदूर एक ब्रिज बांदलेले आहा. तेका खंयच्याच सायडीन वाट ना. हे सायडीक फकत नॅरो रोड आहा. दुसऱ्या सायडीक तूं वचत जाल्यार काजन लँडान पडटा. तिका आनीक रस्तोच ना त्या सायडीक वचपाक. त्याच ब्रिजाचेर तर इन्व्हेस्टमेंट हिंगा केल्लें आमचे चिंबल.
कित्याक केला तो थिंगा?
There is no answer. I asked this thing now present MLA Viresh Borkar. He have no answer. He don't know.
There is no approach road and there is
nothing. हे सायडीक पूण आहा ते करूंक सोदता आतां म्हणजे मंदूर सायड फाटले सायडीक कांयच ना.
But wait, ब्रिज रेडी जाला.
ब्रिज रेडी आहा.
But approach road काय ना?
अप्रोच रोड कांयच ना. सो हेच तर पयशे आतां तूं तर चिंबेल वचत ते आतां हायवे ना असेंब्ली घेवंक ना. सो व्हडले इश्यू ते असेंब्लीक काडना. पूण आतां 2 दिसां फाटीं रुडॉल्फान डिमांड केल्लो फॉर चिंबेल ब्रिज. आनी तो तिका इतलो इम्पॉर्टंट सांगता ते भाशेन. आनी हांवूय जाणा एवरी डे देर इज 1 एक्सिडेंट मायनर. आतां मेजर जाता पळय तेन्नाच ते इश्यू जाता कोण मेलो पळय तेन्ना. तेच ब्रिज तेच पयशे तर हिंगा एक ह्या ब्रिज तिंगाय तशेंच पिलर्स घाललेले आहा सोडलेले आहा तशेंच. सो आनी हो एक्चुली तो चिंबेल म्हणल्यार तुका इम्पॉर्टंट आहलो पूण नाका तिका ते सायडीक पयशे घाले हिंगा कांय ना. इम्पॉर्टंट आहा पळय तिका कांयच घालूंक ना. सो सगळे कडेन वचन जाल्लें आहा.
Avinash Babu, I'd like to. Okay, you heard now. We were in the assembly together in the morning with some other.
It is definitely it's a definite case of a misplaced priority. Basically, wherever it is required, they don't do it. Like आता सांगलें तशें जो ब्रिज जर आमकां चिंबलाय जाय आसलो तो तेंच्यांनी सांतान हाडलो which is not even being used.
There is
because
no approach
as if it is a cantilever which has been brought from the sky and dropped in the middle of this. So it appears that way. So this is a misplaced priority. Even as you said, because the fish is also very dear to me.
Yeah.
And it appears to be very fishy now. The entire episode of
I'll tell you what happened. Wait. I'll tell you what happened exactly. Now the Santa Cruz MLA brought up the issue. This is something that we had taken up on this very forum, one of the discussions. Now all our local fishermen get lot of subsidies.
Yes.
Subsidies are ultimately from the taxpayers, right? But about 80-90% of our fish which we fish in Gulf Range gets exported. Maybe
Right.
I'm wrong, maybe 90% is too high, whatever. But I feel that at least 80-90% of all the best fish goes to, is exported. Rest of that fish, majority of the balance fish goes into hotels. आणि आमकां कितें our fish comes from Karnataka, our
Right.
fish comes from Andhra Pradesh, our fish comes from Tamil Nadu. Arey, why we are giving subsidies to our fishermen for us? And and then afterwards big issues come. Then we know that so many of these importers and exporters are funding MLAs. I'm not going to name which MLAs. There's a big formalin issue. Fresh fish होता है तो formalin में क्या लगता है? आता because people are making noise when it is coming by trucks, it is coming via trains. Trains who checks? Vishwajit Bab Munta, I check. How can they check the trains with that much of car? I don't think it is practically possible. Avinash Bab, that is what happened. So Rudolph was asking, "Kide niste bhaile atta? Amche goiche niste amka diya no?" And what rates we have to pay? Yaar? Zata, the cormot and 300 for how it is possible?
That's the reason I said it's very fishy.
Yes.
And it stinks, it smells. I think it starts right from the local जर म्हणटाला आमचे मानशे आसलेल्यो आता मानशो आणि मामलेदार दे आर कनेक्टेड मानशेचे ऑप्शन जाता यू सी द मानशेचे ऑप्शन तुका 40 lakhs 50 lakhs वयता पण मानशे कोण घेता now there is a definitely mafia out of this and the मामलेदार and the officers are तांकां तेंचे ड्यू वयता they don't care मुद्दाम ते बांद फोडून काडटा ते नुस्तें ते हे सुंगटा मिंटाचो जाता न्हू. Otherwise, this Monsoon itself was sufficient to cater to the staple food of Goa. Entire Goa population could get a very fresh fish. Now, beside the trawlers and very big personals which comes, where they get a very big subsidy, and there are people who have been trawler owners who have seen these trawlers only to get insurance, and many were also imprisoned for that. And that is also big gamela vis-a-vis the insurance. And government gives practically 90% subsidies.
And also for diesels.
And also for diesels. They have let me tell you, एक तेजे म्हणणे हा आमच्या कोंकणीन बोटाक गोरवां जे तारयांक गोरवां आनी बोटांक तारवां कोणे सांगल्या सी बोटान बोटपण करपाक जाय आनी तारवो जो म्हणटा न्हू तेणे नुस्तें करपाक जाय पण हियर इट बिकम्स उल्टा. I tell you from the first finance fishing suppliers was Lolo Goyan when because there are medical college, there are different government departments. You require fish. You know who was supplying the fish? Boat. And a Brahman boat. Let me tell you from my area, very renowned. आणि आता जे खारवी जे लोक आसा who are supposed to do the fishing, they are not in the business. You see the list of the trawler owners.
They are in Paris or they are in Sweden.
You see the list of the trawler owners, their names. Now who is the president of the Mandal Fishing Corporation? There's a JT. They have an independent petrol pump only to cater to these trawlers and these people, and that is all subsidized. Like military, how you get it subsidized also for trawlers. So the taxpayers' good money is being wasted, and today Goans have been deprived. And at all Goikar, सगळ्यांचे नीस गोंयकार आहा न्हू तेंकां तुका नुस्त्या शिवाय जायना एटलीस्ट ना जाल्यार खाऱ्याचो तरी वास जायो खारेक तरी खावन येतले खारे इज ऑल्सो डिप्राइव्ड.
I don't know. Saman Saab must be involved in it. तेका निश्चय लागणार.
But I will tell you, you rightly analyze. See, पहिली तर कितें जालें हे सगळे एक्सपोर्ट जाता भायले गोंयचे बाकीचे ऑर्डर करता पयली तिसरे सुद्धा आता कितलो पयली 50 रुपयान तिसरे मेळटाले माप मेळटाले आता तिसरे सुद्धा हॉटेलाक वयता शिणाण्यो 50 रुपया एक. सो आता हो सेपल फिशरी डिपार्टमेंटान मदीं नुस्तें तेंच्यांनी व्हेकल काडली दे स्टार्टेड सेलिंग टू इट.
I wish I had a trawler. Anyway, what is how I look at it is, see, basically these things are done by the trawler owner for their selfish gain, but government cannot straight away its responsibility. They have to come with some regulation.
They have to step in
because reason is we are giving subsidies.
That's my point. My point is that
this subsidy indirectly is being consumed by ultimately because you catch it for a lesser price by using government machinery, government subsidies, government help, and then export the fish to. So therefore, the use of our subsidy has been to
cater somebody else, some other state.
Somebody else. Their fish is getting subsidized, and as far as we are concerned, there is no subsidy elsewhere. We are buying the fish at the market value, and that too not of a good quality, and not of a good quality. So whether I eat or not, but anyway, Goans are entitled for a fish. Yes, and this is our fisheries ministers and all other concerned minister must step into it and try to make good fish available. In fact, if you remember, Parikar had made that statement during the old time. He said that I would start those. He was criticized also because at that time he was a defense minister. Correct. But that message was very important, that this government machinery, government subsidy has to go to local people. They have to get their right over the fish. So according to me, government must they come out with a concrete plan wherein yes, you will be allowed whatever catch you allowed. I mean 50% you can export it, but remaining 50% at least should go to.
No. See, I don't even agree with 50%. Why, Doctor? I'll tell you. Now, for example, we are importing so much of fish.
Correct.
Okay, we know how much fish is being consumed in Goa. Approximately, you can make out.
Correct.
It is a question of numbers.
Correct.
This much fish, what we need in Goa, you keep bucket.
Correct. That would be something like half, not much.
No. At least 80% of our fish is being imported.
Is exported.
Imported also.
Imported.
Also.
They are 80% of our fish is being exported.
Yes.
And other comes from the
80%
remaining
which
states.
we are using. No,
Remaining states.
around 80% what we consume is imported.
That is for the local consumption. We get it
Both
from
the
Karwar.
sides.
All your Kanpon
Imported.
website, you are getting
That's
fish from Karwar.
That is what-
Again,
not
it's coming by
imported
trains. It's
from
coming
different
by,
states.
so even whatever we eat is all imported fish. Where we get local fish? Otherwise, you need to get from it from the Monsoon, and the Monsoon also. No, I was speaking to Vincent. Arey Baba, आम्ही मानस कर. At least we'll get fish. This is what we've been saying. अरे आम्ही एक तरी मानस करूया. आमका तरी निश्चय मी असले म्हणून. ते दुसरे विन्सेंटाकडे उलयत आलो about this fish issue. We cannot afford. अरे 100 रुपया
This
दोन
Manas should be free
मागणे.
from mafia.
But that is
Yeah,
difficult. No?
that is you require a monitoring authority, and there has to be special like you have got SIT now you are making. So you have to make some SIT vis-a-vis fish, and I tell you, government has to be very focused.
On this point, let us we've like run out of time today. There was a little less time. On this SIT on fish, and and we will talk about Goa miles and the tourism, another mafia. Little
At least I'm not corporate to the
yeah. This was an interesting discussion today. It went the fishy way, and then tourism. Hopefully, some implementation will take place, and we will meet tomorrow at the same time to discuss whatever issues. Probably tomorrow we will discuss for a longer time because the time seems to be getting shorter and shorter as the days go by. Thank you, and keep watching Goa 365.
पूण म्हाका दिसता कमीत ते एक म्हयनोभर लागता ह्यो येवन परते रिप्लेस करपाक जावं कितें तेंचे स्पेअर पार्ट्स गेल्या कितें जाला जाल्यार तांकां परते रिप्लेस करपाक लागून. सो हे जर म्हाका दिसता हो इश्यू जो आसा हो बेगींतल्या बेगीन सॉर्ट आवट केलो जाल्यार स्पेशली पावसाच्या दिसांनी आतां खुबश्यो लायटी गेल्या, ह्यो रस्त्यार लायटी ना आसल्या कारणान गोरवां चलता, एक्सिडेंट जाता, हे सगळें बंद जातले. स्पीकर सर, डिमांड नंबर 86, न्यू एंड रिन्युएबल एनर्जी. स्पीकर सर, वर्ल्ड इज मुवींग टुवर्ड्स रिन्युएबल एनर्जी. आनी स्पीकर सर, म्हाका दिसता की एवरी कन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन एक जर अवेरनस प्रोग्राम केलो टुवर्ड्स सोलर, आमी ज्यो हेजेर रूफटॉपार सोलर पॅनल्स घालता, हे सगळे जर आमी अवेरनस केले विलेजींनी वचून, कित्याक लोकांक हेजे बद्दल अजून कांय खबर ना, जाल्यार हो अवेरनस प्रोग्रामाक खूब एडवांटेजीस आसतलो. आनी जी सबसिडी गव्हर्मेंट दिता ह्या अवेरनस प्रोग्रामार जर तांकां सांगलें, तांकां जर कळून आयलें, जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता खुबशे लोक ह्या रिन्युएबल एनर्जीच्या सायडीन कन्वर्ट जातले. स्पीकर सर, आनीक हांव सांगूंक सोदतालो की आमच्यो जितल्यो गव्हर्मेंट बिल्डिंग्स आसा, त्या गव्हर्मेंट बिल्डिंग्साचेर जर आमी सोलर पॅनल्स फिट केले आनी एक एग्जाम्पल सेट केलें सगळ्या लोकांक की प्रोटोटायप कसो की आमी पळय गव्हर्मेंट बिल्डिंगेन आमी स्टार्ट केलेलें आसा आनी ही जी आयडिया आसा ही लोकांनी सगळ्या गांवांनी व्हरची. सो अशें जर केलें जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता हो कॉन्सेप्ट जो आसा हो प्रमोट करपाक रिन्युएबल एनर्जीचो आमकां भरपूर फायदो जातालो. स्पीकर सर, डिमांड नंबर 77, रिवर एंड नॅविगेशन. स्पीकर सर, एक इम्पॉर्टंट इशू म्हाज्या कन्स्टिट्युएन्सींतलो हांव तुमच्या मुखार हाडूंक सोदतां. स्पीकर सर, बेतीम पेंजीम फेरी ही म्हाका दिसता पुर्तुगीज टायमांच्यान थंय चालू आसा. हांगा पयलीं मांदोव रिवर क्रॉस करतना पयलीं थंय होडयेकार आसताले, होडयेनी रिवर क्रॉस करताले, मागीर थंय वाफोर लागले आनी आतां थंयच्यान मॉडर्न फेरी जी आमी म्हणटात ही थंय चालू आसा. थंय एवरी डे स्पीकर सर हजारांनी लोक बेतीम पेंजीम फेरी रूट जो आसा तो क्रॉस करतात. थंय स्कुलांतलीं भुरगीं, सिनियर सिटीजन, गव्हर्मेंट सर्वंट्स, आमकां मार्केट पणजेच्या लागीं असल्या कारणान फीश वेजिटेबल वेंडर्स जे आसा ती फेरी यूज करता. बारीक स्मॉल बिजनस मॅन बाजारान कितें बारीक बारीक वस्तू विकता ते फेरीबोट यूज करता, जनरल पब्लीक यूज करता. पूण स्पीकर सर, ही जी फेरी सर्वीस आहा ही केन्ना केन्ना मदींच बंद जाता विदावट एनी प्रायर नोटीस. म्हणजे तूं जर गेलो पणजे वचपाक म्हणून, खंयची भुरगीं गेली, कोण गव्हर्मेंट सर्वंट गेलो, ती क्रॉस करूंक जाय, मदींच ही फेरी काडली गेली वता विदावट एनी नोटीस. आनी जवळ जवळ 1-1.5-2 वरां ही फेरीच आसना. आनी जेन्ना थंयचे लोक जावं थंयचे पंचायत मेंबर R&D डिपार्टमेंटान गेले इन्क्वायरी करूंक की बाबा ही फेरी सर्वीस बंद कित्याक जाल्या, जाल्यार तांकां सदांच एरोगंट आन्सर्स मेळटा. एक तेंचे सदांच आमकां रिप्लाय आसता की रॅम्पार फेरी जी ते सारके रिपेर करता ती फेरी ओडपाक व्हरता म्हणून. म्हाका दिसता स्पीकर सर, जी रुटाची फेरी आसा जंय लोक क्रॉस करता पणजे बेतीन लायनान, थंयची फेरी काडून ती हेजी रॅम्पावयली फेरी काडूंक व्हरप हें सारकें न्ही. आनी एक सदांच आमकां एक रिप्लाय मेळटा थंयच्यान की आमकां थंयचो जो सुप्रिटेंडंट आसा तोच सांगता आमच्या लोकांक की आपल्याक चीफ मिनिस्टरान फूल पावर्स दिल्या, तुका जाय तेन्ना ती फेरी दवरपाक आनी जाय तेन्ना काडपाक. तुमकां जर पणजे वचपाक जाय जाल्यार तुमी मांदोवी ब्रीज आसा तो मांदोवी ब्रीज घेवचो म्हणून. म्हाका दिसता स्पीकर सर हें सारकें न्ही. म्हाका दिसता ही फेरी जी आसा ही पुर्तुगीजांच्यान चलता, ही आमच्या लोकल लोकांक लागून. आमचो गव्हर्मेंट जो आसा म्हाका दिसता हो लोकांच्या भलायकेक लागून काम करता. अशे एरोगंट आन्सर्स दिवचे न्ही. आनी तेंच्यांनी एक काळजी घेवची की ही फेरी सर्वीस प्रॉम्प्ट आसची आनी टायम टू टायम थंयच्यान गेली वचची. स्पीकर सर, म्हाका दिसता ही फेरी सर्वीस जर बंद केली, तेजे हजारांनी लोक जे ट्रॅफीक पणजे बेतीम फेरी क्रॉस करता हे सगळे जर ट्रॅफीक रोड घेतलो जाल्यार पीक टायमान म्हाका दिसता हो सगळो जो ट्रॅफिकाचो भार आसा तो रोडाचेर येतलो आनी ट्रॅफीक जॅम्स आनी हे तुमकां फूल ब्रिजार जावं पणजे तुमकां पळोवपाक मेळटलो. स्पीकर सर, अनेक थंय ही फेरी सर्विसाचेर थंयचे जे पायलट आसा, मोटरसायकल पायलट, थंय बारीक बारीक गाड्यो आसा, कोण लिंबू सोडा चलयता, कोण बारीक हॉटेलां चलयता, थोडे रिक्षावाले आसा, हे सगळे ह्या फेरी सर्विसाचेर डिपेंड करता. थोडे पेपर सकाळीं उठून पेपर विकता थंय. सो म्हाका दिसता हो जो इशू आसा हो सिरियसली घेवपाचो आनी जो सदांच एक भंय दाखयलो वता आमच्या लोकांक की ही फेरी सर्वीस आमी बंद करतले म्हणून. हांव रिक्वेस्ट करूंक सोदतां ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टराक की तुमी इन द हावस म्हाका दिसता हो जो फियर आसा लोकांच्या मदीं हो तुमी आमकां एक अश्युरन्स दिवचें की ही फेरी सर्वीस बंद जावची ना आनी ही जी लोकांक थंय सहूलियत आसा ही सदांच चालू उरतली म्हणून. स्पीकर सर, हांगा एक इशू चालू आसा. स्पीकर सर म्हणटा तो ह्या पेंजीम बेतीम फेरी रन जो आसा हांगा एकूय टॉयलेट ब्लॉक ना जावं उबें रावपाक शेड ना. म्हाका दिसता बायल मनीस जावं गर्ल चायल्ड जेन्ना ही कम्युटर फेरी पास करता तेन्ना जर तांकां एक नेचर्स कॉल जर हांचो हें करपाक जाय जाल्यार हांगा कसलीच फेसिलिटी जालेली ना. थंय ऑलरेडी पंचायतीन 2 टॉयलेट ब्लॉक्स घातले